The vet, how you doing this evening?
I'm excellent. How are you, T?
I am doing well. I'm gonna tell y'all right now, sober family, this is gonna be a good show. First thing the vet asked me is, can I drink wine on the podcast? When people ask, and she got it. She went and got a bottle. When I say yeah, she went and got a bottle. She didn't get a glass, but she got a bottle. So this is gonna be interesting. But we had a great conversation. I followed the vet on social media. The vet, tell the people a little bit about yourself.
Oh, wow. I love life insurance. I'll start off with that one. It is my favorite investment vehicle. Um, I was a realtor back in 2002 when I was recruited to be a seminar coordinator for a financial planning firm. I was the people who sent out those mailers to you that said, come to Carrabba's, come to Ruth Chris, so you can have a financial. I was the person who put the junk mail in there, that did the RSVPs, that set up the PowerPoint presentation. Because again, marketing, that was my background in college. Got into the back of the room 2002. We didn't have smartphones. I had no choice but to actually listen to the presentation. And when she got through and she was going through taxes and long-term care and retirement, and I was just like, wow, I've never heard these conversations in my life. And I'm 28 years old. And like, how come we've never heard this in school, in the household growing up, right? And she finally said, what if you could take a $50,000 CD that you already have at the bank, double it for death, triple it for long-term care, be able to have that money to use it for opportunity and emergency in your lifetime. Never have to worry about being a burden to your family and never have to pay taxes on that money again. Would that be of interest to you? And every hand in the room went up, including mine. And that's when I fell in love with life insurance. I surrendered my real estate license, and I've been in this industry ever since.
Something in the video that Attorney Fenton said that really just tooted my horn, as he said, you eat at the level of your vision. And that was so powerful because you think about it, giraffes, they eat at the top of the tree. They eat the green leaves at the top of the tree. Like that's where their vision is. They have gone up to a place where it's so much higher and greater in a mentality. So they're able to get better food, the leaves that have the most sunshine and gets the most rain. You know what I mean? Then you also have the pigeons who eat off the ground and they just pick around and wait on somebody to throw them scraps. Does that make sense? A little bit of life insurance education. What prompted this is because I've seen a post where people were saying, well, I only paid this much for my life, and I only paid $10 a month, I only paid $60 a month, or I only paid this. And I was like, you got the hoopty. Let me explain what I mean, okay? So here you have a term life insurance policy. You got this money, $250,000. I pay $40 a month. That's a pretty good deal. And mind you, this is based on a 35-year-old male, non-tobacco smoker in standard health, not even preferred, but in standard health. Who knows what happens when I scroll down on the screen and get to year 20? At year 20, the premium goes from 465. Let me zoom in because I want y'all to be able to really see that. So we go from a premium of $465 a year to a premium of $2,600 a year. That is $216 a month. So that's at 55 years old. That's what happens. So you can then have two choices at 55. You can go buy another term policy that might take you out another 10 years, 20 years, or you can get a permanent policy. Now, at this point, you would have to do something which is called underwriting. You would have to qualify for a new policy again. They're going to take your labs. They're going to come out and do your blood and urine, depending on who the company is. They're going to go get your doctor's records. And you may have some unflattering things in your doctor's records at this point. And what does that mean? That means that you technically have to keep this policy because you can't get another one. But what happens at 65 when you retire? You notice these numbers are still going up. 55, the year that you retire and you want to keep this $250,000 policy, you're paying me more than $600 a month. What's happening to your parents and your grandparents who they had the policy and they've been paying on it? And I need to make this 100% clear. This just isn't the policies that I write. These are all term life insurance policies. That's how term life insurance works. So what's happening is at 70 years old, your term absolutely is going away, especially if you have a policy with Primerica. They are going to increase your premium. And that's where a lot of our parents and our grandparents, they are just lapsing their policies. They're getting rid of it altogether. They told you all of your life that you were going to have this huge death benefit policy that was going to be there as your inheritance. And as they got into their olden years and their golden years, then they couldn't afford the premiums anymore and they had to get rid of them. So it's almost better to say, wouldn't I try and get me a better vehicle earlier on in life, so that way when it came time for me to need it in retirement, need it longer later in life, then I'm not going to have to worry about what the expense is going to be, because maybe it's a whole life or a permanent policy that's got cash value and you don't have to pay premiums anymore after age 65.
Take my money. I don't want to see it go down. I'm too close to retirement. I've only got 10 years left. I just can't deal with another market downturn. Right? So, with that being the case, they said, what if I could take a portion of my 401k that I had through the job and be able to put it into another investment that I would never lose money on again? And I could grow that money over time. And it could still be attached to the S&P 500, but I would know that I'm going to protect this piece of money. I'm going to put a safety net under this piece of money. See, this piece of money, I'm willing to take half of it and make it risky, but I've accumulated $250,000. I can't put all of that at risk. I can't allow all of that money to stay in the stock market. What can I do to put my money into an investment that will never lose a penny? We sat down with them and she told them, she explained to them, there is an investment called an index annuity that will allow you to take your money and put it into a bucket. And when the market goes up, you capture gains. When the market goes down, your account value stays flat. It stays the same. Another way I like to explain